much product you're pushing. So there's basically 3 basic ways to use the broom. Either you can push it, which you can see basically moves all of the emulsion, right? It leaves almost nothing behind. You can pull it, which leaves a little bit less, but still manipulates the majority of the emulsion into a pile to where you finish. If you want to leave a nice 100 mils of wet product behind, and you're doing what we're doing here, oftentimes the best way is to hold the broom backwards, and I'm actually taking a little bit of pressure off of this broom. I'm actually kind of holding it up in the air a little bit as I'm walking, and with that, I can manipulate the products and end with very little at the end. So again, if you push it, sometimes you need to push out a wrinkle. Sometimes you need to for whatever reason, okay? So this is one means of doing it. But if you do that, you're applying a lot of pressure. You can pull it, but again, not quite as much pressure as pushing, but you're gonna take quite a bit of the product. If you wanna leave the product behind and you just wanna smooth it out, try turning your broom backwards, and it's actually really easy to manipulate the emulsion with the broom pointed backwards. So, depending on where you're at on the roof, depending on what you're trying to accomplish, if I need to push out a wrinkle, I probably would push forward because I need that extra pressure to get that wrinkle in the sheet out, right? If in this kitchen situation where I'm simply trying to move the emulsion, what we don't want to have is this void. There's no product here right now. There's no product by the edge of the wall. I don't want to have a dry lap at the edge of the roof. So we want an equal amount of emulsion everywhere. And right now, currently, there's some emulsion missing from where my roll is going to go. I don't want that. So what I need to do as the guy with the broom is to move this emulsion around so I have the full 20 inch. And we want the emulsion to extend beyond the lap this way and beyond this way, okay? 100% coverage. So we don't have any voids. If you put dry polyester onto a dry roof, that's going to be a weak spot in our membrane, and we don't want a single one of those on the roof if we can avoid it. Got a little pile of emulsion here. There's a little bit of a pipe in my way. One trick when you're trying to spread emulsion out that I found works really well, if you give the broom a little bit of vibration, you can kind of shimmy the liquid around on the roof a little bit. So when I'm coming through here, what I can do is just kind of give the broom a little bit of vibration, and you can kind of evenly spread this around. So when we set the sheet, that'll help smooth it out a little bit too. When we broom the top of it, that'll help smooth it out a little bit too. But that's just another trick for you guys. If you're trying to fill in a little void, I have a little void right here, which you may or may not be able to see. What I can do with the broom is just kind of shake it in there and use some of what's on the broom to fill in that missing spot. So just another little trick for out in the field. You know, a lot of ways to manipulate this liquid. So, if you can see right here, there's a little pile of emulsion. What you got to think about, while the roll's not really heavy, it does have some weight to it. As that comes through here, there's a decent chance that roll may displace, you know, some of the larger piles, okay? So, I don't want to leave a pile of emulsion near the edge where when I come through with the broom or I come through with the roll, it ends up squishing it out and shooting over the top of the side. So while we do need emulsion all the way to the edge, we don't need a pile of emulsion right by the edge, if that makes sense. This is information that we have, that we've acquired over our careers, and we're happy to pass that on to you. So please reach out to us, westerncolloid.com, or call us by phone. We'd be happy to answer any of your questions. Thanks.